Well, it's me again, and this is my podcast and my world, where I take you along on an adventure where we get to explore everything and anything that goes on in my mind. Oh boy, is it random, is it crazy, it's nuts, it's all over the place. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's have a good time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so cold this morning. Oh, it's like winter all over again. Oh. Hello, my friends. I am Graham, and this is my podcast. And welcome. If you're new to Graham's World podcast, definitely sit back and hopefully you enjoy the bumpy little ride. Bumpy little ride, yeah. So, this is episode number 51. I have done this now 51 times. Probably would have been closer to 100 if I would have stuck to my guns and made sure I released one every single day of this year so far. But that did not happen. So, but yes, I am here in my truck enjoying my hot coffee in my new coffee cup. I love my new coffee cup. It's a little different to try to drink from. The mouth of it's very narrow and the bottom of it's very, very wide. But it fits perfectly in my little thing next to me here, so it's pretty cool. And so it won't be falling all over the place, if you know what I mean. Just look down and see what time it is, and I realized I don't have my watch on today. So it's going to be one of those kind of days where I forget about everything. So I went to a garage sale. It wasn't a garage sale, a estate sale a couple days ago. And found a bunch of stuff there at the estate sale that really caught my attention. I spent like $20. And I got a brand new rake. It's got like a 7-foot handle on it, and it's one of those rakes, for like moving like gravel or dirt around. So very stiff. Made in Taiwan. The thing says. Other than that, it doesn't say a whole lot more about the brand or the age, but I'm guessing it's definitely from the 70s. It's got that kind of simplistic and yet loved kind of look. And that was only like, I think they only charged like $4 for that rake. And it's well worth it. The handle on it alone is going to last me probably, get some linseed oil, maybe it'll last me another 5 or 6 years. And then I'll look into replacing the handle with like a hardwood of some sort, probably like a maple or something. I don't know. Or, what's the other one? Ash. I think ash is one of them. But anyways, I'll do that when that time comes. I got a couple of older shovels that I have discovered as well. They both need new handles, so I'll be looking into that. I know that a new handle usually runs anywhere between, say, $25 and $45, somewhere in there. I have seen the really nice ones that are closer to $80, but that's not gonna happen. But I am gonna clean them up and get some new handles for those. That would be nice to have. So yeah, drinking the coffee. Just now backing out of the driveway. So, yes, welcome and good morning. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day so far. I always hope everybody's having a fantastic day. So I have some new projects that are going on right now. One in particular I'm really super excited about. So for the last about 5 years, I've been wanting to figure out how to have apple trees for very low to almost no cost. And I've been told 2 or 3 times, you got to be very, very careful about apple trees because you want to be able to have a good rootstock on them that will do really good in your climate. But most like dwarf or semi-dwarf root stocks do not provide or do not produce, I should say produce, very good apples. Like the what's it called? The M5, the M11. They are almost strictly, they are strictly created or designed to graft other varieties of apples onto them. So I've been doing some experimenting over the last few years. You all know that I had an apple tree a couple of years back in a 55-gallon drum that I drilled holes in and did this to and did that to and blah, 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 blah. And eventually it died. It made it an entire season, and the second season it died. And I was kind of trying to figure out why it died, and the only thing I can come to a conclusion of is that I poured way too much compost tea into it. That's the only thing I can think of. I had a jug of compost tea that was starting to go bad, and so I just dumped it on it, and I think that's what did it. So I'm sure I'm the one who killed the apple tree. So I will be trying to do that apple tree thing again. That's actually going to happen again. I just haven't gotten to that point yet, but apple tree in a 55-gallon bucket is going to happen again here at some point. But for right this very moment in history, that is not happening. But so I'm like, okay, well, I would really like to try to clone apples. Now, I've tried cloning apples before, and I did not do successful cloning. Not even close. And I've been watching a bunch of cloning videos on how to clone apple trees and pear trees. And I've noticed them all doing pretty much the same thing, at least for a little while. They cut about 8 to 10 inches they cut a scion, basically, but they cut probably about 12 or more of them. And they put them in a plastic bottle. And then they add about 1 inch of water to the bottom of the plastic bottle, screw the lid on, and they let it sit for about 4 or 5 days in that state. And every day they unscrew the bottle and they blow a little air in it so there's some air circulation, and then they screw the lid back on. And then when they're done doing that, they pull it out of the bottle and they recut. I've noticed that a lot of people are recutting the base of the apple tree just a little bit, just like a 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. They're cutting just a little teeny bit of the bottom of the apple tree. And then they're scoring it a little bit to expose the cambium layer, and then dipping it in rooting hormone, and then sticking it into potting soil, moist potting soil. And a lot of people use, it looks like they're using pencils or their finger or whatever, but you make your hole and then stick it in there and then push everything back. The other thing I've noticed is they do it while the tree is in dormancy. Well, our apple trees right now are just starting to come out of dormancy. So I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna give this a try. I think I have just enough time to be able to do this, so I'm gonna give this a try. And so I found there's a tree in my area here that I drive by all the time, and it's just what happened is somebody at some point in time was eating an apple probably and then chucked the apple out. It kind of grows in the ditch basically. And so I've had the apples. The apples, they taste okay. They're definitely not a prized possession. So it's probably, just some random weird apple tree. So I don't really care. I just wanted to try this and see. So, and I don't have any other trees available other than driving back out to Tum Tum. That was a couple weeks back, and I pruned all those apple trees out there again this year. Yay! I gotta take you guys out there here and show it off to you eventually here. But so anyways, I took a couple of big cuttings and I've cut them all I think I did about 8 of them, 6 or 8 of them, something like that, into about 8-inch cuttings, and put them in water. And they've been sitting in a bottle now for 2 days, and I've noticed right off that they're already starting to get these little white dots all over them, which from what I understand, they're on YouTube, which is where I'm getting all this information from on how to do this, by the way, is that is what you want. That's what you're looking for. So I'm going to probably give it another day. So probably on Sunday, today's Friday, so probably on Sunday, I will take them out, trim the bottom just a little teeny bit, which I don't think is necessary, to be honest with you. Actually, I'll probably cut them at a sharp angle, so probably like a 45. Scratch up the cambium layer towards the bottom just a little teeny bit, stick them in some rooting hormone, and put them in some Solo cups, the red Solo cups. And then so they, make sure they get, a little bit of water and stuff, but so that they stay humid-ish for a couple of days, so the soil don't dry out. I think I'm going to turn a couple of clear Solo cups on top, so it makes like a little greenhouse. So I think that's the plan. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, this is an experiment. This is something that I'm trying and doing just to see if I can. I don't really care about the tree. If I get 1 or 2 of them that survive and I get a couple of trees off of it, that's really kind of cool. But most likely what will end up happening is I'll find a different apple and grafting a different apple into these. But that probably won't happen until next year. So yeah, it's always kind of fun to try new things. That's how I keep everything, exciting and new and fresh. And my coffee, yummy. So yes, that is kind of what the little project I've been up to the last couple of days, and really kind of had a lot of my thought and my concentration recently on that, trying to distract myself from everything else in the world. I've been overstressed pretty hardcore the last week or so. I woke up twice last night with a pounding migraine headache, and I got some Epsom salt and took a nice hot bath for about a half hour and soaked in that. And then my beautiful bride, she offered to give me a neck and shoulders, rub down, what do they call it, massage. And that really helped to loosen up the muscles of my neck, because I keep a lot of my stress in my neck, and I'll tell you, oh my gosh, it definitely helps a lot to have a massage and just to be touched. I think a lot of us, it's one of those things that we don't get enough in our lives, is someone to touch us, and not in a sexual way, in a loving, caring way, where they just kind of like, give you a nice massage or a rub down, or they put their arms around you and hold you, or even holding your hand. I don't think it happens as often as it should anymore. But anyways, that's getting off topic. This is supposed to be a gardening thing, but we all know this podcast isn't just about gardening. It's about me, and it's my world and my life and what's going on in it, and the things that I think and feel, and that kind of thing. So I just kind of go with the flow. Wherever my brain takes me, it's where we drift off to. Drifting off. Probably drifting off right now, listening to me talk. So I'm kind of excited about, the grafting thing. The other thing I'm kind of excited about, to be honest with you, and I didn't think I would be so excited, but is this whole 500 subscriber thing. Last time I checked, it's bouncing up and down a little bit now, which is kind of weird. My subscriber count has been pretty stagnant at 499, 498 for the last month and a half. And I've noticed that it's going up a little bit to 502, 503, and then drop back down to 497 or whatever. So, yeah, it's doing a lot of bouncing now. I don't know what's going on. YouTube just seems to baffle me these days. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're thinking or what's going on. To be honest with you, I don't even really want to care about it or even think in that mindset. YouTube is pretty much kind of, I don't know, annoyed me recently, to be honest with you. But whatever. Speaking of YouTube, so yesterday I was out and about doing my thing, and I ran into a big school bus that looks like somebody converted into an RV. And I stopped and I was like, "What the heck?" And a lady came out of the school bus, the RV, with two dogs, and let them go potty. And I'm standing there and I'm looking at the side of this bus, and I'm like, "Wow, this is pretty darn cool." And their, I guess their YouTube channel is called, let's see, what was it? Go with the Flow, or Will Ride. Oh, I'll have to find it and leave it in the comments section below. Not like they need any of my help though. 39,000 subscribers. Whoa! Oh my goodness, what happened? Okay, so I had to do a little research because I figured, you know what, I'll just tell you now. It's called Roll With It. Roll, ROLLWITHIT. Roll With It. Anyways, yeah, like I said, they don't need my help, but I thought it was kind of cool, and if you're kind of into that kind of thing, then go check them out. That's pretty awesome. And make sure to leave a comment, to them, letting them know that I'm the one who sent you over. So make sure you leave them a comment. That'd be great. And then maybe, just maybe, I'll get lucky and they'll give me a shout out, because that would be cool. 39,000 people hearing about my little teeny channel. So anyways, little teeny, it's getting bigger. 500 subscribers. I'm so excited, so happy. But hey, y'all have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, I love you all so very much. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.
This has been a Graham's World broadcast, brought to you directly from Graham's mind. So stay tuned because there's more to come.